So in the last video we saw this BMI app right sitting there. So in this video I'm gonna teach you statements in the course of making this BMI app a little more informative and interactive. So if you actually go up on the internet and search for BMI chart, you can yeah. So we go into this, and as you can see, if you are below 18.5, you are underweight. If you are between 18.5 and 24.9, you are healthy. And if you are between 25 and 30, you are overweight. And if you are between 30 and 40, you are obese. So basically, there is wide range of possibilities that you can fall into, and all this BMI calculator does is print out your BMI. So to make it say which section you are in the BMI chart, you need to check the person's BMI to dynamically say which section he is. So to do that, you need something called a conditional statement. So a conditional statement basically checks for some condition to be true or false. So how you do a conditional statement is, first you put the if keyword and then you put the condition, which in our case is BMI, and you put the exact condition. So if the BMI is below 18.5, and then you put a semicolon, and then in a code editor like Visual Studio Code, if you press enter, it takes you to 4 spaces ahead, and this 4 spaces means that whatever code is intended with this 4 spaces comes under this conditional statement. So only if this condition proves correct, it will go into this sub code kind of thing. So here let's print you in quotes, you are underweight, and in the next case you need to put an ELIF statement because it's a second condition, and if BMI is above, actually in this case it's not the greater symbol, it's the lesser symbol, and if BMI is lesser than 20, I guess it was 25, yeah. If it's lesser than 25 and if BMI is more than 18.5, in that case let's print you are healthy. So in the next case you want BMI to be less than 30? Yeah, less than 30, and BMI to be more than 25, and in such a case you print you are overweight, and in any other such cases print you are obese. So what you might have noticed some strange things. There are two and signs here. So in a conditional statement, if you want more than one condition to be true, you put and statement, which is in this case two and persons. And if you want either one of the conditions to be true, you put pipe symbols, two pipe symbols. And if you wonder where is this pipe symbol in your keyboard, it's above the enter key. And if you want, yeah, that's it. So if you want both the statements to be true, you can actually put two or more statements, and if you want them to be all true, you can put and, or if you want any one to be true, you can put all. So in this case, I want both to be true to be healthy, so I put an and percentage. So basically it goes through this. In my case it's 70, so it's below 18.5, so it will print underweight. In case it is around 24 or something, it will go through this statement. Because it's above 18.5, it will go through this statement and say if you are healthy. And if it's around the range of 28, it will go through this statement and it will say overweight. And if it's any other cases, it will say you're obese. Here I didn't put a condition because a number which doesn't fall in these categories ought to be more than 30. So you need not actually check for the last condition, you can directly print it. And then finally I print BMI also. So let's run this. Okay, it says invalid syntax. So it seems that instead of this two and persons, you can actually just type out the word and here also and in case you want it to be the two type symbols I actually said earlier, you can put or. In this case I want it to be and let's run it again. So 52, I don't want 523, 1.72, and it says you're underweight. So that's a bit of extra information we added just to make sure everything is actually working. Let's say my weight is 68 and my height is only 1.5. You are obese. So it checks from each condition and at last it prints out obese. Because it's more than 30, if you see look closely, it says 30.2, so it's more than 30 and I'm obese. I am not actually obese, this is just random numbers. Anyway, if you want to know my real height and weight, it's this 52 and 1.7, and I am underweight. So see you in the next video. Bye.